Hey everybody, welcome to episode 16 of Big Time Reality TV. My name is Andy Kirk. You guys can find me on Twitter at CSUA And today, I don't think you need an introduction. You've been on my show for 5 seasons now.
Yep.
It's Jasmine from original season of Real World Cancun and five-time challenger, 5 or 6 time.
Five-time challenger.
5 time. How we doing, Jasmine? Good to see you again.
Doing great. It's freezing cold up here in Boston because I moved from Texas to Boston now, so completely different change for me.
Yeah, how's Boston life been?
Boston life is really good. Like I spend a lot of time with like my former real world like roommates. Like I see Bronny all the time. He lives across the street from where I bartend at. So I see him way too much.
Mhm. Yeah, a lot of the alumni are there. Huh?
Yeah, a whole lot of alumni are here. Like, God, Emily's here, Ashley Feldman, I'm here, Bronny, Joey, a few Are You the One kids are here. I've got to hang out with Danielle, or Danny from Bad Girls Club. She lives about an hour away. So there's so many reality TV people out here. It's so random how, like, I'll see them on the streets, and we're like, hey, and I'm like, hey.
So yeah, before we talk Battle AX's 2, which premieres Tuesday night, January 6th at 11 p.m., want to get things with you. I know you said you're done. You're done for good, or for now at least.
I'm pretty done with the challenge. After Free Agents, I kind of felt like that was a challenge that I had the most potential to ever possibly go to a final and maybe win. And then after Free Agents, I was just like, you know what? I don't think I can do this anymore. Maybe I'm just done. And when they were making calls for like this challenge, X's too, I was saying no up until the day they were leaving. Like I was getting called till the day they left, and I still said no. It's just time for me to move on. I mean, I had a great run, and I never really saw myself winning one. I was just trying to go out there, have fun, and do the best that I could do. So I'm gonna let somebody else take over, my Rashida's title, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I mean, I would definitely love to see you on, but it's you went out to the eventual champs. So, I mean, there's not nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of like the things that I've done, the things that I've said, the people I've hooked up with. Like I'm proud of it all. Like it was such a great experience, and like I would never take anything back. But at the same time, we all know Michael Jordan did come back again, so you never know. I can always come back in the future, but for right now, I'm so happy with what I'm doing in my life that I just don't have the time to do it, and I just don't feel like doing it anymore.
No, nothing wrong with that. It's definitely I have respect for challengers that want to move on with their lives and not do a hundred of these like some people we know.
Yeah, exactly. Like I respect those who can do these up until their 30s or whatever, but it's like I'm not really trying to do that. But also, I've always said I did challenges because I needed the money at the time, or like the opportunity was just great. So right now I'm sitting pretty good, but with me being back in school, you never know. Student loans do, cost, they add up. So I could be back in a few years. You never know.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be graduating next May, so I'm gonna
Congratulations. I'll
thank you.
drink to that.
I'm gonna be understanding how bad student loans are. So
Yeah, it's not fun.
yeah, so Battle X 2 premieres Tuesday after the Real World. First, what do you think about having them air Real World and the Challenge back to back? Are you cool with that?
I like it. I think it's kind of good that they have it on the same day. I do kind of wish it would go back to the Wednesday format because I always felt like Wednesday was Real World and Challenge days. But now you're making people want to stay up and watch the show, and it's like it's kind of good. Like you're getting a new episode of the Real World, which I think is a phenomenal season. Like I'm already in love with Nick. Like I love her to death. We text like every single day. I love her. And then you
Who
get to see the
doesn't? Who
challenges.
doesn't love Nicole?
She is the most awesomest chick I have ever seen in the world. Like, she just cracks me up. Like, I will get a text from her
Yeah.
at 2 in the morning, and it's, like, the funniest shit ever. Like, she just kind of reminds me of, like, a younger me, just out there having fun, living life, trying this new experience out, and just never wants to regret anything she does. Like she's really having fun with this, and I can't wait to see her on a future challenge, which she's kind of freaked out about because she thought all the challenges were like Battle of the Exes, and I'm like, no, honey, there's different formats.
So yeah, Battle of the Exes 2 premieres Tuesday night, January 6th. Hoping to have somebody on this week. I'm definitely going to get in touch with PR, but just want to talk real quick. We obviously know that the season's dedicated to DM Brown and Ryan Knight, both passed away in November. It was definitely very disappointing. I know you were very close with both of them. What do you think? What is this season going to be like for you with knowing that both of them are not here anymore?
You know, I think watching this season's going to be really hard, not only for like the viewers, but the people who did the challenge, the people that know, Knight and DM. I actually met DM on the very first Battle of the Exes. We stayed in a room together, and I got to know so much about her and, her company, MedGift. Like, when my father was sick with cancer and all that, she was there. Her company was there for me, and it's really going to be hard to, like, watch that and see that and not be able to say goodbye to them. It was unfortunate that, they both passed away within a week of each other. But the only regret I have for not doing this challenge was the fact that I didn't get to see them one last time. But no one knew that was going to happen. I always thought that I had another chance to see them again because Knight had made plans to come out to Boston to see a lot of us. And then this happened. So it's going to be, like, really hard to watch, and like my heart really feels for like CT and Jimmy, who had real relationships with them, not only on the show but outside of the show. So I know it's going to be hard for them to like deal with this. It's going to be hard for everyone, and it's just a really tough situation to like be in and have to see. And I think it's just sad. Like, I'm just speechless for words. It's still like, a few of us were talking maybe about a couple weeks ago. We're still waiting for Knight to text us and say, "Oh, this is just a joke. I'm here." Like, it's still like unreal.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. And I know I talked about this on another podcast. Jemmy posted a couple weeks ago that she's done, and I don't blame her. I mean, to lose somebody as close as she was with Knight. Going out at the same time as Knight as far as challenges goes, more power to her.
That comment has been made. I've talked to a few other challenge people. A lot of people have made that statement that they don't want to do the challenges anymore. I also heard that like right after they kind of got back from Exes too. They weren't really feeling it that well. Like, it just was. They said it was just a different dynamic in the house. And then after, like, DM passing away and Knight passing away, a lot of people just felt like life is too short. Like, they don't really necessarily want to continue to do this. So, I mean, I understand where Jimmy's coming from because maybe the challenges might bring back something about, like, Knight, and she doesn't want to bring that up, have that feeling again. So I understand that if she's wanting to quit because of that, it's completely understandable.
Yeah. So, what I'm going to do now, Jasmine, is go through all the teams. We'll get to questions, and as soon as we finish all the teams, you guys can ask questions on Twitter using the hashtag AskJazzMTV. I'm just going to go in alphabetical order, starting with one of the rookies. Are You the One coming in? I definitely am a fan of that. I don't know how you feel. How do you feel about Are You the One joining your guys' dysfunctional family?
Okay, well, I just want to say this. Let me get a disclaimer out. I am just giving my professional challenge opinion and just giving an opinion as a viewer. I'm not here to attack anyone. It's just my opinion. So anyways, Are You the One? I've never really watched the show. I've heard of the show. I've heard of these kids. I think personally, being a challenge competitor, I don't really feel like they should really be there. But I also felt the same way as for people who did Fresh Meat and all that kind of stuff because you're not part of the real world format. But, change is always good. It's going to happen. I don't know much about either of the two pairs. I don't have anything bad to say about them. I don't think they will last very long in the house because I think other challenge people are going to feel how I feel. And so the rookies who are from like different real worlds should be very lucky that these Are You the One kids are here, because they're basically giving you an extra like week or two to stay in the house because people are going to try to get rid of Are You the One. Now, watching the show on Tuesday, Are You the One could be a phenomenal team. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So I don't really have much of an opinion about them.
Okay, no worries. Just starting off with Adam and Brittany, they both were on the first season of Are You the One. They were both interested in each other. They both hooked up a lot, and Adam was like, "Oh, this is too much. I need to get away." Brittany was super clingy. As far as for how I think they're going to do as a team, I think, like you said, they're not going to last long, but they're definitely going to last longer than the other team, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Adam's very athletic.
I mean, they're a good-looking couple. Don't get me wrong. I think Adam is a good-looking guy. I think that he's going to have a lot of fun in that house. So watch out for John A. I'm just kidding. I love John A. But I think
somebody actually asked about how you and John A were.
Me and John A we're actually doing great. We actually have the same exact car. We both have a 2014 Kia Soul that's black. It's weird. It's funny. So me and John A are doing great.
Yeah.
But I mean, also like I said, Are You the One? They could surprise everyone. Like they could come out and just do phenomenal. Like I know my first challenge, no one thought we were gonna last as long as we did. So they could come out of and just like take over the whole thing. So it's very possible. I just don't know much about them, and I've never watched Are You the One, which has nothing to do against what they did in their show. I've personally just never watched it, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm. As far as for Adam goes, I think the guys either will really love him or really hate him. He came off as a super douche on his season, and just looking at his cast picture, he looks like he put on a lot of muscle, so maybe that will help him. I don't know.
I mean, that could help him, but like I tell people, you can work out as much as you can, but you never know like what you're going to expect on the challenges. You just really need to work on your endurance and make sure you can just physically and mentally last in that house. So, I mean, he could do good. Like, I saw his pictures, too. He's a good-looking guy, I mean, maybe his good looks can, like, help him, get along, like, make it far. Anything can happen in these houses. You never know.
Absolutely. So, next team, CT and DM. From a casting standpoint, I'm glad they brought these two back. I mean, having to bring them back, I mean, they were exes on the first one. If they had to bring any team back from the first exes, this was the right team, right?
Oh, absolutely. I love the whole CTM and DM saga. Like I've said plenty of times, they remind me of a soap opera, and I love every bit about them. I'm really glad that casting did bring them back for the original ones. I also think that CT and DM they know what it's like to do exes. Exes is a hard challenge mentally and emotionally to deal with. And CT and DM have been through the first one, have been to a final. They know what it's like to do exes. So I think they're going to be definitely a front runner team. I definitely put them up there as definitely a top 5 team.
Yeah. I'm glad, like we said at the top of the show, I'm glad that DM and Knight get one more chance to be on the show and get to send a farewell for them. So let's move on. This team, Jasmine, this next team we're going alphabetical order. I don't know how this team's going to do. I love Jessica. I love Jessica McCain. I really do. And I'm a big fan of Zito, but honestly, I feel like if it's not Are You the One in Real World Explosion, this might be a team that might go home early.
I think Justin and Jess, or Zito and Jess, it's an interesting combination because when I think of them, I think back to Free Agents, and it just makes me laugh. But I think Jess, for instance, I think she's a good competitor. I definitely don't put her at the top of the hill with a lot of the girls, but I think she is decent. She definitely proved herself in Free Agents. She has no fear, so I think that is a really commendable thing and a good aspect to have being in these challenges. I think they are a team that will be targeted naturally because every challenge that Zito has done, from the very first Exes to Battle of the Seasons to Free Agents, every guy was trying to get rid of Zito. So I just think that they just naturally are going to have a target on their back. I think Zito's a super strong competitor. I think he is probably one of the strongest guys there. And the guys that are there, they know that. So they will see him as a threat. So I think Jessica and Dustin, they have to win a few challenges and like really show that, hey, don't mess with me. And they also have to send home some really strong competitors as well. I think this will be a really tough season for him.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And you think the reason why they target Dustin is, one, he's obviously a good competitor, and two, that he has a big ego at times?
Oh, I mean, yeah, Zito definitely has a big ego. And
shit. Was that a frat pack? Was that a frat pack joke, Jasmine?
No, that wasn't a frat pat joke. Like I've seen it. Like he has a huge. Sorry, I will put it out there. Like I've seen it in person. Okay, I stayed in a room with him on Free Agents. I've seen it, and I'm going to say it, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. So his girlfriend, which I think she's a phenomenal person too, hey, kudos to you, girl. But I think, yeah, Zito is just the type of person, he's very honest, he's very blunt, and he doesn't beat around the bullshit. If he hears someone talking about him, he's got to confront the source. So I think that is definitely, something that people are going to be threatened by. But I love Zito to death. I definitely think he went home way too early in Free Agent. So hopefully with him and Jess being a partnership, they can work together. But seeing the trailer, like where Jess says some comment like, you're not my boyfriend or whatever, like, did I miss something here? Like, 'cause I remember in Free Agents when that boy left, this girl would still go in his bed and like hug his pillow and stuff. So like,
typical Jessica.
Like, I love you, Jess, but you were totally feeling the Zito back in Uruguay. But, I mean, that was months ago. Things move on. So we'll see what happens to them. But I think they have a chance of going pretty far. They just have to win some of these challenges and get some people out.
Yeah. Moving right along, I know you've met this man, and he actually hooked it up. Craze Watches, JG and Jenna. What are your thoughts on Jay? I know you've met him a couple times. You're on his show. How do you feel he's going to do in this big pack?
I think I've like I said, I've met Jay before in person, and before I met him, he was always excited to do a challenge. I think he's going to get a real eye-opener to what the challenge is like. I think a lot of people think what they see on TV is all that, like, happens. There's so much more that goes on behind the scenes, so many, like, things that, people don't know and don't see. So I think this is going to be an eye-opener for him. I think he's pretty athletic. I think he can do it. I think his partner, Jenna, I love her. I've never met her, I've never talked to her, but I think she is now going to be like the new Laurel, the new Evelyn. Like, I think she is going to be an absolute beast in the challenges. She's definitely wearing the pants of that partnership, and she's the reason that they make it very, very far. So, my advice to Jay is sit there, shut up, and let that girl run the show. Like, seriously. Like, I think they're going to be a really good team, and I think they're very close with a lot of vets, and I think they will be a team that vets will want to take till the end with them because they think that they can beat them because they are rookies. So I think they'll go pretty far.
Ooh, you want to hear this on MTV.com? Now that it's X's 2, Jenna may just flip the script on Jay and teach him a lesson. Jenna and her bodacious body end up in the arms of one of the most powerful vets in the game.
Okay, so I kind of did notice something. Let's talk more about Jay and Jenna.
You probably know about this hookup, and I've seen pictures, and I've seen I think they showed it on the extra baggage, at least something that he said.
I do definitely know some of the inside stuff that goes on in the house, but I'm not going to say any of that. But I definitely do know about Jenna and what she did, and I think it's going to be a few people who are not going to like that. I also did see someone sent me a still shot that I guess they caught in the trailer of JG and John A. Like, yeah. I saw that, I was just like, another one bites the dust. Like, you go, John A. So, I mean, I think, Jay and Jenna, their only problem might be is the hookups that they do in the house. And if they're trying to do that to get back at each other, they will not last long. This is like your partner, that's the only person you can trust, the only person you have to like do this with. If you screw them over, you're screwing yourself over. So I think, that's going to be something that's going to hinder them from really making it far, and it's going to mentally break them down. So we'll see. But hey, you go, Jenna, you go, Jay.
I think I'm considering this team my dark horse team. I feel like both are going to do very well in this one. They're going to go the furthest of the rookie teams, I think.
Yeah, I definitely think they will go the furthest, and I think that the fact that they will is because they have made friends with so many challenge vets outside of the show. Even though this is their first challenge, they have made a lot of friends with people. So, that really does get you pretty far, because if someone can get to know you before a challenge and outside of the challenge, that speaks volumes about who you are. So I think that's an advantage that they both do have.
Mm-hmm. Let's move right along. We got the second Are You the One team in John, JJ, and Simone. They're going early.
I don't really know about them. Neither one of them don't really look very athletic to me, but I don't look athletic, so I'm not going to judge them. I have to just wait and see how they perform. I don't know either one of them. I have nothing bad to say about them. They don't know me and I don't know them. So I don't really have a challenge opinion about them, because I've never seen them in a challenge aspect. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Simone's going to start a lot of drama with somebody on this season. I have a feeling she reminds me a lot of you a little bit, in that she'll say whatever she wants and she don't care. She don't care if it hurts people's feelings.
I've heard that with people, and I think you tweeted something out about that, and she tweeted back something,
like, nah.
And I was. Yeah, and the thing is, I didn't take that as an insult or she was coming at me or anything, because it's like, sweetie, this is not what you want to come after. But I don't think she was doing that. But, she wants to make a name for herself and doesn't want to be compared to anybody else, which I can completely understand. You want to do your own thing, and it must be very hard coming from another show that has nothing to do with the real world, nothing to do with the challenges, and now you're coming into it. So she's going to be facing a lot of, adversities and stuff. So, we'll see. After the first week or two, then I'll have a better opinion about Are You the One, kids, and I will say it. And if they don't like it, don't know what to tell you. Welcome to the challenge, honey.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's why I love talking to Jazzy.
Sorry, grab my phone.
No worries. Yeah, as far as this team goes, I'm rooting for them. I love Are You the One, and I've spoken with 10 people over the past 2 seasons, but honestly, like Jasmine said, they're not going to last. And maybe with this twist, and we'll definitely talk about this twist once we get done talking about the teams, maybe this twist might help them. Maybe they might maybe they might be a team to come back. Maybe they won't. I don't know.
Yeah, we just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Sorry, my screen's kind of messing up.
Oh, no worries, you're good. Oh, you're good. Now I can't even see you.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying to... There we go. See if that works. Sorry, having technical difficulties over here.
No worries.
I don't know why it's not popping up. That's weird.
Speaking of exes, let's just on a quick side topic. You still talk with Tyree?
I do. I really do still talk with Tyree. We talk every now and then. It's not like how it used to be with us, where I completely hate him and I talk so much crap about him. It's not like that. I have to just thank Tyree, because he basically helped me cover up a lie about me and him hooking up to save a relationship that I had at that time. So I owe Tyree pretty well. So yeah, I love Tyree though, and I feel bad for how I did him and how he came across to so many people, and he was the one telling the truth. So I still can't figure out what's wrong with my camera.
Yeah, I still remember that bacon comment.
I will never forget the bacon comment. That will be with me and Tyree forever, the bacon comment. I think it's funny now, but I think at the time he was definitely offended by it, and I can understand that.
Yeah. Oh, no, we lost Jasmine. Oh, yeah. So like I said, I'm going to bring somebody on sometime next week. The PRs are on vacation right now, and Jasmine's back.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Still can't see you.
I don't know why that's off. It says my camera's on. Who knows? Why is it doing that? Turn this off. Maybe that'll help. I had FaceTime running on my laptop, so maybe this will help.
Okay.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Sorry about this, guys.
Oh, no worries. Let's get it. But while you work on fixing your camera, I'll get to some questions.
Okay.
Then we'll get back into the teams in a minute. Yeah, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people were asking about you and John A.
Me and John A, like, we're doing great. Like, I think people always ask about me and John A. We've been fine since, like, Rivals 1. Of course, we had, like, our little issues about certain things, but that's with any friendship that you have with someone. But everything's really good between me and her. Like, we're both doing what we want to do. We're happy. So it's nothing bad to report.
Yeah, and speaking of other rivals, Alexandra X9135 wants to know. Oh, never mind. No, not that's not one. Danny _179 wants to know. You still talk with Teresa?
No, I don't talk to Teresa. I don't really have anything to say about Teresa. Teresa's not on my radar. I don't care. She doesn't care about me. I don't care about her. We just see things differently. Like, I do like the fact that she was there for me during Rivals 2 as a partner and there with me during, one of the hardest times in my life when I lost my father. But as far as us being friends, I don't really think we are friends, but I don't think we are enemies at the same time either. We've done a Rivals together. We squashed what we could squash, and we're just moving on in our separate lives. That's really all I have to say about her. Like, just that's about it.
Yeah. I love that girl. Don't get me wrong, but having her say on my interviews as well as the reunion, you tried being partnered up with Jasmine. I was like, come on.
Yeah, and that's the shit that pisses me off, that she even said that. And it's like, sweetheart, honey, I have screenshot the direct message, and they're still in my Twitter DM box, of you apologizing to me in a lengthy 3-4 page message about how you're sorry for what you said and how you feel. So if you want to, like, don't make me have to send that out so everyone can see how much of a punk you really are.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't going to be mean to anyone because I am not on this challenge, so whatever. I don't care, like, I'm just done with Teresa. Like, I don't care.
Well, yeah, we'll be done with Teresa for this, but we'll get back to her because she's got an interesting one. We lost her again.
Yay, we're back.
Yeah, I can see you now.
Yeah, we're back up. Sorry about that.
So moving right along to the next couple, I gotta say, Jasmine, I love this next one, Johnny and Avery. Did you watch Portland?
I did watch Portland, and I mean, I thought they were such a cute little couple on their season. They were great, and then, like, you hear the trailer, Johnny's like, Avery cheated on me, and I'm just like, what? Rewind, did I miss something here?
They've been saying rumor has, and I definitely want to, and I have a feeling that we're not hearing the whole story between these two. Something happened that we have no clue, and we probably won't know.
I think something happened, but I think with, the editing showing Johnny saying Avery cheated, I think we might actually get into it. We actually might find out why they're exes, what happened. If we don't find out the first episode, if John and Avery make it very far, we're going to find out later on a drunken night one day. We're going to find out what really happened with those two. So, I mean, I think Johnny is he's a decent competitor. He made it further than me on Free Agents, but I think the fact that there is this cheating aspect, which means that there's no trust there. Like, trust is gone, and you have to have trust with your partner in these challenges. So I think that's going to be like their biggest struggle, is just working with each other, because if they can't work together, they're not going to go far. We're going to go right home, and other people are going to use your problems against each other. So I think they really need to like zip it up, get it together, and figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know if it's great or not, but the good thing about this cast for Johnny and Avery is it's very Portland heavy. You know, I don't know how they are with Nia, how they are. I know they're probably both cool with Jordan, so they have an ally there. And Johnny made a lot of good friends on free agents, being in the whole Boston clique. So, like I've been saying on Twitter, I don't think they're going to be targets at all.
I don't see them being a target either. I see them being a team that people are kind of just going to wait for, like, let's say a strong team like Nani and Johnny and Johnny Bananas have to go into elimination and they need a team to take out. I don't think it's anything personal. I think they would probably choose Johnny and Avery because they're not really a person that's a threat to them, but you want to keep them around for as long as you can. So I think they're definitely a team that can kind of like ride the waves and kind of chill out for a little while.
And I gotta say this, and we'll definitely get into your favorite person in the whole wide world next. You know who I'm talking about.
Nani?
Johnny Bananas. I gotta say, these Portland kids, the Portland cast, I spoke with all 8 of them. They've been doing themselves well in these challenges. I mean, Marlon and Jordan, the very first challenge, Rivals 2, they made it to the final. Johnny Riley made it to the final. Jordan obviously has been his usual self on these shows. I mean, Portland's definitely been a good Real World season as far as for getting challenge talent.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Portland season has done, very well, and the fact that there is a lot of them working together on a challenge, they also need to remember that you can't take all 8 of you or all 6 of you to the end. You can't do it. So you're going to end up screwing someone from your season more than likely. So you'll always be Real World Portland to each other, but when it comes to challenges, the only thing you see is the person that you're working with and the money at the end. So I mean, but they have done very well. I can't take that away from any of them. Well, maybe one, but I mean they've done pretty decent.
Yeah. So the next one, Mr. Bananas and Nani. Did you have any idea about this whole hookup? Because as viewers, we had no clue.
I knew about this. I was in Arizona when it happened. I was there. I knew about all this. So I'm not surprised about Bananas and Nani. I knew about it. It's all about Afghans, okay? We have these Afghan blankets. It takes Derek for my season to really explain about the Afghan blankets. But I knew all about it. We were all hanging out in Arizona, so I knew about their hookup. So yeah, I'm not gonna go into details about it. I will leave that for them to do. But I do know about it. But I think that is a really, really strong team. I definitely see them going to a final. I definitely see them causing some, issues. Nani's the type of person, she doesn't hold her tongue for nobody. She will confront anyone and everyone, including Johnny Bananas himself. I also think that there could be a very toxic partnership towards each other because they don't really see eye to eye on very many things, and they talk to each other like brother and sister. So I think you're going to see a lot of fighting from both of them. But if they can just keep their fighting to a minimum and stick together, I definitely see them making it far. And I don't think anybody really wants to go against them in an elimination. I know I wouldn't. We've seen what they can do. I see them going very, very far.
Yeah, I definitely too. And we see a little bit of Gonzalez versus Gonzalez. I don't know if you saw that in the whole promo.
I did see that, and I do know about that. I do know it has happened. I'm not going to give away what's going on and what's said and how people feel about each other. That's for those two to discuss. But, I mean, these challenges, one challenge you're friends with someone, the next minute you're not. And I don't think Teresa's very surprised a lot of people are coming at her because of her behavior on the free agents, her whole voting situation. I think that's still a sore subject for a lot of people. And, I don't know. I'm not going to say why they got into it because I really don't. I know the details, but it's not for me to tell. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. But, I mean, if I have to choose which Gonzalez that I'd go for, I'm Team Nani all the way. Like, I just am because I mean I know what Teresa can do, and that's nothing. We all saw Rivals 1, so.
Yeah, I love Teresa, and I'll definitely be getting her on during the season, but she puts her foot in her mouth a lot.
She does, and that's the thing. Like, I've said, like, for like maybe the past 20 minutes, I've probably bashed Teresa pretty badly, and that wasn't my intention. She really is a good person, like, outside these shows, and has a really good heart. But she does. She puts her foot in her mouth. She makes these decisions and these deals with people in a drunken state, and then when she sobers up and it's time to vote and realize what's going on, she doesn't know how to handle it. So I think she's just made some really dumb mistakes, but that doesn't. If you know her outside of the show, it shouldn't take away from her character, but for some reason, people who only know her from the shows, it does. So, I mean, she just makes really, really dumb rookie mistakes, and she's not a rookie anymore. And people can't use that excuse with her no more. Like, they're over it.
Speaking of people putting their foot in their mouth, let's move on to Jordan. I was thinking about that as the perfect segue. So, Jordan and Sarah, a.k.a. got beat in a puzzle by Jasmine and John A., right?
I'm going to hold that title, even though I love Sarah Rice, and I want to send definitely another congratulations out to her for her engagement. Really happy for her. I know it's going to be a beautiful wedding. Like, I'm really happy for her.
Mm-hmm. I love this team. I feel like you said that they're going to be a top, Johnny Manaz and Nani are going to be a top team, and I agree, but this is, in my opinion, the favorite of X's too.
I think Sarah and Jordan is actually a really good partnership because they are exactly alike. They think alike, they do everything alike, but with that being said, they both don't want to put their egos to the side, like who they are as a person. And I think it's more so Jordan than Sarah. So I think it's just going to be a fighting over who's right and who's wrong. Like, that's going to be mostly their fights. But I think they can mentally and physically handle the pressures of being in the challenge house and doing the challenges, and they can look at something and figure it out. So I definitely think that they are a threat to the challenge, and I think they will go very, very far with Nani and Bananas. So I think they'll do really good because they know that it's a TV show and they're here to win money. The biggest thing is to win money at the end, and I think they both know that. So I think they'll do fine. I don't think we're going to see any arguments from those two as like a partnership, but I definitely think they'll argue with other people. Jordan, I love him to death, but he knows how to get underneath people's skin.
Former partner of yours on that partner challenge on Free Agents. You guys killed it. I remember when I had you on, I told you guys killed it.
Yeah, like, I mean, Jordan he's a great competitor, and he, like, is willing to work with you and do all that and everything, but you gotta watch Jordan's mouth, and let's just hope there's no more, like, those flipping of the cards, because I don't want to see him flip some more cards and then get sent home. Like, I don't want to see that again. Like, that was brutal.
Even those stupid moves, I love that move at the same time. It was Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. It's Jordan. Like, it's just who he was. I thought it was really cool, but it's kind of like, haha, catch-22, you got sent home.
Yeah. When it comes to him, and you can probably attest to this, he's exactly who he is off camera. Off camera as he is on camera. I have a feeling, right?
Yeah, he is. He actually lives in New York now, so I've got the opportunity to see him quite a bit when I go to New York. So he's exactly the same person. Really cool. So much fun. I think he actually looks way hotter in person now that he's like this big model guy now. He's like super hot now, which I would never do anything with Jordan. He's like a brother, but he's hot. But like, I mean, he's a really like cool guy, very laid back, so much fun. Definitely swings on light poles and stuff when we walk around New York.
Doesn't surprise me. Dude is crazy. I didn't get a chance to talk with him last season, but hopefully this season we'll get to.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we can talk to him. He's a really cool guy, and he definitely means well.
Yeah. Moving on to the next team, Knight and Jamie. Rest in peace, Knight, once again. This is a team that I think, and you were there in Rivals too, with Knight and Preston getting carried all the way to the end. There's one team, and it's hard to analyze this team because we obviously know what happened with Knight. Mm-hmm. But if there's one team I think other teams might carry, it's going to be these two.
I mean, Yeah, absolutely. I think Knight and Jimmy are a team that people will carry because, I mean, at the end of the day, everyone loves hanging out with Knight, and you just love hearing Jimmy say, "Knight, I need a Coke, Knight!" Like, and everyone just loves Jimmy. So it's like they're a team that you don't mind taking them to like the end or up until you have to go into elimination. I mean, we did that on Battle of the Seasons with them. You know, once Mackenzie and Preston were like gone, we carried Knight and Jimmy as far as we could. And like you said, on Rivals 2, Preston and Knight were carried for as long as you could. So I think that's going to happen. It's not taking away from who they are as competitors because they are actually really good competitors. Like I've sat there and I've watched them. They are a very decent, you know, people. But out of all the vets that are there, I don't think that they're the higher up competitive ones. But I think they will go pretty far with people like letting them just, you know, make them safe, you know, making deals and building an alliance. There is nothing wrong with that. Whatever you can do to get to the very end of the challenge, do what you have to do. Seriously. Like, I don't knock nobody for doing what you got to do to make it to the end.
I love Devin Simone, but if Devin can make it to a final, anybody can.
But you know what? But the thing is, Devin is not a bad competitor. She's not. She's good, and that girl has no fear. So I'm not going to take away what Devin has done. Like, hey, she made it to that final. Girl, you did something I couldn't do, and I commend it. And, hey, I'm proud of you. I am really proud of her.
Yeah. So I can see Knight and Jemmy pulling off a win out of nowhere as far as, like, one of the individual challenges. Pull, like, a Paul and Dunbar from X's 1. Win randomly. You know?
Yeah, it's gonna be like it's gonna be one of the challenges, like the hardest challenge ever that they've all done, and Knight and Jimmy just come out of nowhere and just take it from everyone. And I think the moment they take it from everyone, that's when everyone's gonna see, all right, these two are a threat. Maybe we shouldn't carry them anymore. So I think it's in the cards for them possibly to go to the finals, but we'll see.
Yeah. So next team, and you were there, and I want to know what you know about this team, Leroy and Naya. What happened in Uruguay that you understand? Yeah.
I made sure that when I did this podcast that I had to tell myself I am not going to talk about this girl. I have nothing bad to say about her. We've already dealt with our stuff. Look, what I saw in Uruguay was something that happened in the bathroom. I wasn't there in the bathroom. I saw them coming out the bathroom. Definitely think there was a hookup. I mean, they wouldn't be exes if something didn't happen, right? Like, sweetheart, if something happened, just own it. Don't lie about it, because then you're going to be in the position that I was in on the first exes, and it's not a good position to be in. So, yeah, they hooked up. I mean, not hooked up. Like, I don't know. A dick was sucked. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I'm staying out of it.
Oh, I loved in the extra bag special. TJ, before they did the pack, was like, sorry, Leroy.
I mean, and this is what I think about them. I do definitely think Nia and Leroy will go very far. And it's only because of Leroy. And I'm going to say exactly what I said on the after show on Free Agents. What I saw from Nia on Free Agents, she wasn't that great of a competitor. I said to her there, go into the second challenge, and prove me wrong. She's now about to do her second challenge, so I will get to see if she actually is a good competitor. And she might be. And if she is, I have no problem going on a podcast or going on Twitter and admitting, hey, I was wrong what I said about you the first time, even though you didn't compete that well on Free Agents. You competed on this one. I'm impressed. That's all I have to say. I'm not calling this girl a dirty, dumb slut or anything like that. I'm just giving my challenge opinion. Plain and simple. So, you know what? For her sake, I hope she proves me wrong, that she actually is a good competitor. And if she makes it to a final, she can throw that in my face. Hey, bitch, you never made it to a final. I did on my second one. Well, then, honey, you do that. So we'll see.
You want to hear something that was put on MTV.com?
What?
Direct quote from Nia, and I've talked with Nia before. She was definitely a great guest. I'm not buying this quote for a second. I'm sorry. I don't have a temper. I'm just not a punk.
No, she has a temper.
Blow dryer in her hand, hitting Johnny in the back of the head. saying that she doesn't have a temper.
Yeah, your fight on Portland. You trying to fight me in the hotel when we're trying to do the special for that free agent special. You trying to fight me on stage. Like, you have a temper, honey. Don't sit here and say you don't have a temper. You do. We all have a temper. I have one. It happens. I'd rather you make a quote and say, I have a temper, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to, like, you know, be a better person. But you know what? If that's what she wants to believe, that's fine. I'm not here to talk crap about the girl. I'm just giving my opinion.
One thing I'm going to give Nia is the same thing I'm going to give Jordan. They're always going to be them on the shows, you know. They're not going to change from one season to the next. Nia, I have a feeling Nia is still going to be Nia from Free Agents as Nia was in Portland. So,
you know, you never know. You can see, but also at the same time, you have to realize that you do have to evolve and change in these challenges. And if you don't want to be portrayed as this angry person, or for people not to say you don't have a temper, then you need to work on that, you know. But I mean, you know, I have nothing bad to say about Nia, and she has nothing bad to say about me. We're like oil and water. We don't get along. So I hope she gets into other fights with other people on this challenge, because she has no Rivals 3 partner.
I saw her yelling at somebody. I don't remember who it was. I saw her yelling at somebody.
Because I'm not coming out of retirement for her.
I wouldn't either.
I'm not coming out of retirement.
Wouldn't it be her? What if Coral came out of retirement and was Nia's partner in Rivals 3?
Oh, that Nia better, because if Coral was to come out of retirement and be Nia's partner, Nia's going to the final, because ain't nobody fucking with Coral. Like, she's going to a final, so she might want to pray on that one.
So, on to the next team. We got 3 teams left, Jasmine. The next Real World Explosion pair. Love them both. I had them both on during the Real World. Thomas and Haley. Have you met Haley yet? I know you met Thomas.
I haven't met Haley, but I have met Thomas. I think Thomas is a really nice guy. When I first met him, he was still with Jamie, and I just found out, I guess, a couple months ago, looking at Instagram, they're not even together. So they should have used them as a partnership. That would have been really good, because I want to know what happened, because I don't know what happened with those two. But Thomas, I think he's a nice guy. I think maybe they're a little too eager to do a challenge, and I think they're going to be people that are going to definitely kiss a lot of ass, to other vets and people like that. So I hope they're not going to be brown nosers, and they can stick up for themselves and just really go in there. So I mean, I don't really. I see them maybe going home third or fourth. You know, I think once they get Are You the One kids out, I think they're going to go home first, because, like I said, Jenna and Jay have more of a repertoire with the other vets than, you know, Haley and Thomas do. Not taking away from what they do. They could actually come in here and kill the shit. And if you do, you do. But I don't really see them going very far. And Haley looks like she's kind of like one of those, oh my God, like, I shop at Prada every day. Like, she kind of looks like one of those girls.
Yeah. I got to say this. I'm big fans of both of them, but I rewatched Explosion when it was on Xfinity On Demand before Skeletons aired. Mm-hmm. And if Thomas treats Haley like she did if Thomas treats Haley in Panama the way he did in San Francisco, I got no hope for this team.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Thomas treated her like crap.
That's true. I have to go back. Like, I watch these episodes very quickly.
I'm not saying Haley's an angel by any means, but Thomas, and he admitted it on the Extra Bag special. I deserved to get hit across the face, and he did.
Yeah, but, I mean, I think they're gonna be each other's worst situations. I don't think that there's something that they're ever gonna get over. So, I mean, you never know. One of them could say, hey, I don't want to do this, and like one goes home, they both go home. So I mean, I don't know. I don't see them making it very far. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them just as I do every Real World cast that I've interviewed, but I don't know. I feel like this was a team that was called after Jenny and Corey were called, and they both declined. I feel like Jenny and Corey were probably the first priority.
And this is my opinion. Yeah, I agree. And I also think that's why Are You the One was really a sign, because so many people, not saying that this happened, but this is what I'm thinking, a lot of people said no. A lot of people, okay? and I don't think they had anything else left. And I think people who were supposed to be alternates said no. This is just my opinion. I don't know how true that is. So MTV, don't call me later about saying I'm giving stuff away, because I'm not.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm rooting for them, but honestly, I don't see anything happening.
Make it further than Are You the One? I hope they make it further than Are You the One, because I would hate to be a rookie from the real world where the spinoff is the challenges and you don't make it as far as those kids who competed for love and don't even know what a challenge is really about. I would be completely embarrassed to not make it further than them. I would.
Yeah.
So I hope, like, for their sake, they do. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for them on that one.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping they do too. I hope you at least see them for at least like episode 4 or something like that. And who knows with this whole twist, which we'll talk about in a minute, if that will may possibly help them. But second to last team, I thought these two should have been partners on X's One over Wes's other partner, Wes and Teresa.
Wes and Teresa, I'm not gonna lie to you, that is a dangerous, dangerous team. And I don't mean dangerous as far as competition athletic-wise. I mean politically and
social game, yeah.
We know Wes is a master manipulator, and I will give it to him because I've used some of his own tricks and other challenges. He is amazing at that. And Teresa is a person that we have seen that is unstable and that can't keep her vote. Like, she can't keep her promises. And this is a very, very deadly team that can mess up, I think, everything socially in the house. So if I was there, or if I was any of those competitors, I would be trying to get them out the very first challenge. Like, you need to make a deal with a strong team and say, hey, you get last place, we'll vote in Wes and Teresa, and you need to get them the hell out of there. Because if you don't, it's game over. They are going to destroy this whole entire game, and they are going to ruin it, and they are going to take it over. Get them out as fast as you can. That is a deadly, deadly team.
Yeah, it's all on Wes though. I mean, we see Wes on some challenges kill, and then some challenges, like he had a back-to-back challenges, Battle of X's and Battle of the Seasons, where he went home early. So we'll see what his frame of mind is. You want to know my idea for a power alliance to try to take out another team, Bananas and Nani? Wes gets Jordan, gets Johnny Riley, and gets Zach. Be like, look, we're gonna team up and try to get Bananas and Nani out.
I mean, that it sounds so good on paper. It really does. But knowing, like, Wes, and I love Wes to death. I think he's a sweetheart, and he is a master manipulator. I will give him that. The best politician I've ever seen in the world. I think he'd sell his mother for $1. Like, seriously, like, he is good. Like, that's a great deal to try to make, but Wes is going to come back and screw every last one of those people over. Like, you need to get Wes out. Like, that's why on Battle of the Seasons, we knew, get Wes out as soon as you can, and we did. He's possible to get out. It's possible to do. And I feel like if these, Battle of the X's 2 people don't do it, they're screwed. They basically just handed them the challenge.
Yeah. What I'm going to say about this, and on that extra baggage thing, Wes was playing off the relationship with Teresa like, oh, she was more into me than I was into her. I'm calling BS on that one.
I don't know very much about the Wes and Teresa thing because that happened, I believe, on Cutthroat.
Fresh Meat 2.
Okay, Fresh Meat 2. Before I ever started doing challenges, I remember watching it and being Teresa's partner. I've, like, heard things about it. So, I mean, I don't really know how true that is because, on Battle of the X's, Wes was all about wanting to get Mandy back, and he was saying, oh, Mandy is not into me as much as I'm into her, and now with Teresa, like, the script has sort of been flipped. But it could also come from the fact that maybe on Rivals 2, Wes could still be disgusted by the fact that Teresa hooked up with Leroy because Wes wasn't very happy about that. So that could just be some animosity towards Leroy, like Wes has towards Leroy. I don't think Teresa could probably really give two shits about what Wes thinks. From what I've seen, Teresa has moved on with her life and she's dating someone else. So I don't know. We'll see, but it'll be interesting to watch that now.
Yeah, she's dating. I saw her Instagram the other day. She's dating somebody from the Lions, and she was wearing a Lions jersey and a Packers hat.
Oh, so she moved on
No,
from an NBA basketball player to a football player. Oh, look at her.
yeah.
We're probably going to see her on VH1 one day, one of those hip-hop Hollywood housewives stuff. You
Oh
go, girl,
no.
because you know
Oh
you're
no.
I'm not
Couple
going to
step.
stop. I'm going to stop. I'm going to keep
Yeah.
drinking.
Oh, I love that girl, and she's definitely gonna be somebody that I have on this season. And like you said, this is gonna be a good team.
And yeah, it's going to be a really great season. Like I think they waited the right amount of time to bring X's 2 back in because it's so many questions that people want to know and so much stuff that I don't even know, and I was there for half the stuff. So it's going to be
Yeah.
interesting to watch.
Yeah. So the very last team, I know you know very well because you were there in Belgium, Turkey. Zach and John A.
Whew, that is going. My head hurts thinking about that. I think Zach and John A. I think they're gonna destroy themselves. I don't think they have to worry about like having targets on their backs or anything. They're going to destroy themselves because they started a relationship on a challenge, moved in together, moved to LA, moved in. Things didn't work out very well, and now they're broken up. And like, even on Free Agents, they really didn't talk. Like John A would always make comments like, "I try to walk by Zach and be like, hi, do you hate me?" And he just is like, "We're cool," and just shrugs his shoulders. Like they have not talked about what went down and what happened. There is a lot of extra baggage. Seriously, like there's a lot left with those two, and they were both one of those kind of people. They don't really talk about things. They just kind of move on. But now they have to be brought back together. I think a lot is going to surface, and I don't know if either one of them emotionally and mentally can like stay in the house because of that. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I don't know.
Now you were John A's partner on Rivals. Is she a good partner? Does she listen? Does she communicate well with others?
Yeah,
You're partnered with her twice actually.
yeah, she she is a good partner. She does work hard. She's amazing at puzzles. That first puzzle we did against Sarah Rice and Caitlin, she basically solved it, and she helped me learn how to be really good at puzzles now. Like she is a really, really good competitor. She's also a very pretty girl who can use her looks to make her go very far, which, hey, when she was my partner, I loved it because it made us go pretty far. But I think, she doesn't want people to look at her as the girl that comes on a challenge and hooks up with people and does all those things. She doesn't want that anymore. But at the same time, if you don't want that, you got to stop doing that. So I think Johnny is a really, really, really good competitor, and Zach is a good competitor. I think communication is going to be their biggest problem because I feel like Zach, from the trailer, it seems like he's still so angry and upset about things that went down with them. So I don't know if he's going to have the willpower to want to listen to John A when she might know something more than he does.
Yeah. I want to say this team is going to make it far, but honestly, I don't really know.
I really.
It's tough to say. I mean, Zach's obviously he's Thor, so I mean he can do anything. But communication, like you said, communications, and we saw that on X's one with you and Terry. Communication is a downfall if you don't have it, and
you don't have it.
It hurts you guys on the first X's. You and Terry.
Yeah, it did. It came to the point on the first X's where I was like, I don't even want to be in this house with this kid anymore. I don't care if we go in. And that's how you start to get. And when you start to get that attitude, I don't care what happens, you're going home. And that's exactly what happened. Me and Tyree went home. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with Zach and John A. I kind of feel like they're going to, get to the final, elimination, and that's when they get sent home. It's going to be just late for them. It was too late for them to fix whatever problem they had if they don't fix it in the very beginning. So I hope that they have a communication thing and apologize about everything the first 2 episodes. That way they can just go smooth sailing through the rest of the season. So I mean that's definitely a team that's going to be they're a wild card.
So one thing, and then we'll get to some questions. If you do you still have plenty of time?
Yeah, I have time.
Okay. What do you know? I feel like they're being very vague as far as this whole twist goes, the whole re-entry thing. What do you know about this twist that won't give too much away?
The twist, It's a twist. I know exactly what the twist is, how it works, but I'm not going to give away what it is because I've been asked not to do that.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's a twist
Somebody's
that
coming back though.
it's a twist. I'll say this. It's a twist that anyone who's ever done a challenge, from the very first one to this one, they wish and prayed that this twist was on a challenge. And I hope for the future they keep this twist because I would really benefit from it. So
Yeah.
it's a really good twist, and I'll just say stay tuned. You never know who's gonna walk back in that door.
Hmm.
That's
I
all.
think I think that's gonna be a good one. I know it's like some type of re-entry thing, similar to what Survivor Redemption Island does, similar to what Big Brother.
It's a good twist,
does.
but with the twist, there also comes another twist with that twist. So it's a twist that I would have loved to have had in the past, but it's not an easy twist.
Hmm. So let me get to some questions. Like I said, you guys can ask on Twitter using hashtag AskJazzMTV. We got a lot of them. Sorry that I haven't gotten to these questions sooner, but at Who is Gabe X3 wants to know, and we kind of talked about this. I'll give my answer on this too. Which teams have the biggest bad blood between them, in your opinion?
I think the two with the biggest bad blood is going to be John A. and Zach, and
Bingo.
maybe in a way because we don't know much about Avery cheating on Johnny. That could be a little bit of bad blood. Like, I don't really know much about that, but I think Zach and Johnny will have the biggest one. And just from seeing in the trailer that Simone Chick and her partner, I guess she was throwing drinks at him. So, like I said, I've never watched Are You the One?
I thought that was that looked like Thomas on the trailer.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think it was somebody else. So.
Okay, it was somebody else.
But I definitely agree with you on that. As Zach and John A, we really don't. I mean, you know more than I do about what went down with them, but they're gonna have a lot to work on, like we said.
I think that's gonna be the biggest problem. They're gonna be the new Tyree and Jasmine.
Yeah.
Hopefully, no punches thrown this time.
Oh man, that punch is gonna live in challenge history though.
Oh my god, yeah, my pinky still hurts and I have a little scar from it.
We already talked about Are You the One being on the show. At your boy Brandon wants to know, do you talk to Swifty?
Yes, I do talk to Swift. We both love watching Scandals, so we call each other on Thursdays and give our opinion about Scandals. But yes, I still talk to Swift.
The second part of the question is, how do you think you guys would have done on this challenge?
Wait, who's to say that Swift would have been my partner? Who's to say that? I have more than one option, and Tyree's not my other option, and Swift's not my only one, too. I have a couple of options.
Bar. Excuse me.
I heard that. And not him.
You've told me about Dummy Bear.
Yeah, but I have one more, too. Dummy Bear is not my only one. I have another one. But no, to answer at your boy Brandon's question, I think me and Swift, we would have killed it. Like, I think we would have done really great because, A, we're both kind of the same height or whatever. Like, he's kind of short for a guy. We all know I'm short for a girl. He is an athletic person. I think I would let him do all, like, the athletic stuff. Like, hey, when we get to the competition, you tell me what to do, but you let me run all the house politics because I am the vet. I know more. This is my 6th challenge. I know more than you. I think we would be a really strong team. I think we would have did well, but I mean, we have our reasons for why we didn't do it.
Yeah. As far as teams that didn't get called, were you surprised by any of the ones that didn't get on the show?
I'm gonna say I'm trying to think in my head all the exes that are people that I've hooked up and I've seen things. No, I'm not.
I have one,
Who?
and I kind of had my disdain about it on Twitter when I found out they weren't on it. Trey and Laura. I was
my
shocked.
gosh! Yes.
I was shocked.
Yeah, I totally that would have been a really good. I would have loved to have seen them together do that, or even if Sarah was with Alton, because Alton people are still pissed with Alton about things. That would have been a good one to see.
Alton 2.0.
Alton 2. Oh Lord, Alton 2.0. Yeah, that would have been a good one.
The next question, I'm gonna take this first. At Paula X3_C wants to know: do you think the real exes are gonna have a harder time working together than the hookups? Yes, absolutely. Because some of the teams, and I'll start with the Explosion teams because they're obviously legit exes. Jay and Jenna, I think they're gonna do very well together, but they're gonna clash a lot. And Thomas and Haley are probably gonna clash a lot as well. Yeah, I definitely think they will.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think the people who were actually in real relationships outside of the show, and add Zach and John A. I'm just calling them Jack now. Zach and John A. They're another couple. I think it's going to be a lot more emotionally harder to deal with, especially if one person in the partnership has maybe moved on to a different relationship and another person happens. When you get into that house and you're paired with your ex, whether or not you hook up or whatever, those emotions still come back to you. There's still something that's like serious in there. I think CT and DM are a really good, example on the very first exes. They hadn't worked together and done a challenge in so long since their breakup, and then they had to work together on the first exes. And they got over all that, and I'm pretty sure on this challenge we're probably going to see other things that they've been working on and all that. So I mean, I think when you're in a real relationship with someone, it's going to be a lot harder to be paired with them, and especially the challenges they make you do where you have to get into that situation. No matter what, those feelings and those things come back. Like, I mean, I think about when me and Tyree had to get honey off each other. I remember him touching all over my body when we did hook up. So it's like those emotions come back no matter what.
What was that one-liner you said on that special? Something like Walmart open 24/7.
Oh yeah, I'm like Walmart. I'm open 24 hours.
Oh, Jasmine, that's why I love you. I'm so glad we still talk, and I still have you on. I've had you on for 3 years. For 3 years now, 5 challenges.
3 years, 5 challenges. You can always call me. I'm always happy to give my opinion and say how I feel.
Absolutely, and the reason why I brought the Explosion couples up as far as for how it's gonna be hard. The first time, as far as this whole real world twist, the real Explosion, the real exes lived in the house with them. So I feel like it's going to be hard for them to work together when they were trying to get each other out on the Explosion season. So I feel like it's going to be hard for them as far as compared to other teams.
I think it'll be hard for them, but I also think the exes, the Explosion kids, they know what it's like to live in a house with their exes, having to see them every single day. Where the other people who are challengers, they may have seen like their ex or their hookup like around the house, but you didn't have to interact with them if you didn't want to. And that's what I told a lot of people. Like, some people are like, oh, why didn't you really do the exes? I know what the exes house is like. I can tell you right now, my least favorite challenge is exes. It's so many emotions. It's so crazy. You literally want to drink every day, all day, just to tolerate being there. Like, that's how brutal it is.
Mm-hmm. So let me see if we got any more questions. We already talked about this earlier. Let me see. At Lisa Mitchell wants to know: do you still talk to any of your Cancun cast members? And I'll add on to that. Who do you still talk to from the shows?
For my Cancun season, I still talk to actually all of them. I talked to Aya, Janae, Derek, Joey, Bronny, Emily, CJ. I talked to them. I've talked to Emily. I talked to Emily and Bronny more because Bronny lives in Salem. I live in Gloucester, so we're about 25 minutes from each other. And then Emily lives about 15 minutes from me. So Emily was actually we spent New Year's Eve together. Me and Emily did. So, I mean, I see them.
Tell her I said hello because I haven't talked to her in a while. It was great. It was great having her on last season.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna see her tomorrow. She left her slipper at my house, so I'm gonna go see her tomorrow. But I see CJ a lot now that he lives in New York. So I see a lot of them. We've actually, a few of us have talked about we would love to be able to get all 8 of us together again, maybe this summer, just us do it ourselves and go back to Cancun and like plan a trip out there just for a few days. We don't have to stay in our house again, but just to be back in Cancun because so much has changed from all 8 of us. Like a lot of people don't know that Joey is married with 2 kids now. You
He
know,
has 2
like
kids now?
he has two
I
girls.
remember
Yeah,
you told me one. Now he has 2.
he has
Wow.
2. Yeah. So Joey is like a
Life
family
after
man. He's
life
just
after Real World's really doing him well then, huh?
yeah, like I mean, everyone's completely changing. Like it's a whole different lifestyle for us now. But it'll be good to all get back together and like see what's going on.
Well, yeah, this as far as this challenge goes, it's gonna be weird because we're not gonna see you. No Cara Maria, no Camilla.
I'm
It's
so
gonna be
surprised
so weird, because you
that
three have been on challenges so many in a row.
we have, and we're 3 of like, if one's not there and the other one is there, like we're 3 people that always have something to say, always kind of getting into it with somebody. And I think
Yeah,
the fact that us 3 aren't there, the other people who are there should be happy because now you guys get to take over and do what you want to do. So I mean, we'll see what happens. I think the ratings are going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a really good season. We'll see if Are You the One can hang, and if they can't hang, don't bring them back.
I hope they do because I've spoken with 10 people on the 2 seasons. I haven't spoken with any of the new ones on the challenge yet. I am gonna try to get one lined up really soon. Brittany, I don't know if she's the one from Boston, so you probably, if you haven't met her yet, you probably will soon.
I haven't
I'm
met her
assuming.
yet, but I mean, you never know. But
Actually, no, she moved to LA. Excuse me, she moved to LA with
oh yeah, I know there's
with
one Tyler. She lives out here in Boston.
Tyler Abron. Yeah, love her. She's
Yeah,
great.
I don't really know her, but like
Yeah.
Emily told me she was from Boston. I think her and Emily have like met up before. So, I mean, we'll see. Like, I'm not knocking Are You the One. You got to understand, you're the new kid in town. Like, it's gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
I was a rookie. I know how it goes. It's
Yeah.
the way it is. And I mean, a lot of people just think you guys are replacements for the replacements who didn't want to go. Not saying that's true or not, but we'll see.
I hope they keep him around. I mean, it definitely brings a lot of formats possible, like veterans versus rookies. I know
Oh yeah.
how I know how many challenges you guys thought the format was veterans versus rookies. So
We've
I
all
think they'll.
we've all wanted a vets versus rookies. We've all wanted that, and that makes sense that they would bring in Are You the One because so many people who were rookies, like look at like Leroy, Nani, me, we're all vets now. So we can't be on a rookie team. So we would need, or they can't be on a rookie team. So they do need some more rookies coming in. So I mean, we'll see what happens. Like, I mean, I'm excited to see it. Like, I might actually, like, after this first episode of the challenge, I might have to go back and watch Are You the One? Because if I like them, I'll go back and see what they're really about. But we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think I have any questions left for you. So let's play everybody's favorite game, Fuck, Marry, Kill. You ready?
Yeah.
You want me to give you 3 guys, or do you know the cast?
You can do whatever. My boyfriend knows what I'm doing. He knows this is a part of my life. He's in the Caribbean right now, so he's good.
Okay, so he won't be able to he won't watch this back hopefully.
I'll end up watching it. I'll end up showing it to him later.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
let
game.
me give you 3 guys. Let me get the cast back up. I'm gonna give you Jordan. I'm not gonna give you either of the Are You the Ones because you don't know them that well. I'm gonna give you Jordan. I'm gonna give you CT, and let's give you one of the new Real Worlders. Let's give you Jordan, CT, and Jay.
Oh my god, that's so hard because I would fuck all 3. Oh my god, that's so hard. Oh god, oh my god, I don't even know what to do with that one.
I would tell you who I wouldn't marry. I'm not no homo. JG is my boy, but I wouldn't pick him for the marriage.
Okay, I know what I do. I would fuck CT because I mean, what girl wouldn't want to fuck that? I mean, sorry, DM, rest in peace, but I'm sorry, I totally would. I'd fuck CT. I'd marry Jordan, and I'm sorry, Jay. I'd kill you, but can I fuck you before I kill you?
Now give me three.
Okay, so I'll give you three girls.
Yeah.
We'll go Avery, Jenna, and Teresa.
Oh damn. Three girls who I've had on my show.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
one of them is gonna watch this back and be like, "You killed me? Why'd you kill me?" Oh man, which one would be the easiest one to marry? Avery, Jenna, and Teresa. I'd probably marry Jenna because Avery and Teresa have too much love them both, but they have too much baggage for me.
Yeah, you can't go into baggage in a marriage. Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, so Jenna would probably be the easiest one to marry. Jay, don't kill me for that one. I hope. I hope we're cool after that. I would. Oh man.
I know the kill part is so hard. That is just such a hard thing to deal with.
Because I am hoping to have them both on this season, Avery and Teresa.
I know.
I'm gonna try to get Avery on really early because I haven't talked to her in about 2 years now.
Well, then that's
And
your answer. Since you're trying to get Avery on early, kill Teresa for now, apologize later, and then fuck Avery.
there we go. Yeah. I wouldn't do it in a piece of sweets bathroom though.
Yeah, Teresa, he doesn't mean it in a mean way, so don't get your panties in a wad.
Yeah. I wouldn't fuck Avery in a bathroom like Johnny did on Real World.
It's okay, that happens. Avery, I've been there, done that before.
Yeah. She's in Boston too, so maybe you'll meet her.
That's right, she does.
She stayed in Boston, which I think is the weirdest thing of all. I mean, she and Johnny broke up, and then she stays in Boston.
Well, I mean, if you think
that's
about
gotta
it,
be weird.
that's weird. Also, this is another good rival, or exes that should have been another, Zach and Ashley Feldman.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't mind Johnny on my TV screen. She's very good, easy to look at, but Zach had two other partners before her.
That's true too. Zach, you be getting around everybody. Make sure I keep all my Texas friends away from Zach.
Yeah. Speaking of Texas, what do you think of Miss Madison? Because I know she's from Texas, from Skeletons.
Talks like that and stuff. That
You called me baby.
That girl. I thought she was a pretty girl, and then I hear her story, and I was like, oh shit, bitch. Like, I mean, you got some, like, serious, like, I commend her for being able to put that out there. Like, hey, I'm not knocking for the problem and situation that she had, because no one's situation like that's not something you just talk about and joke about lightly. She's gonna be interesting. Like, I look forward to watching her. I have nothing bad to say about her.
This has been a great. I like this cast. I spoke with Violetta 2 weeks ago, and I spoke with Bruno last week. They're all very interesting, and with this whole skeleton twist, just like with Explosion, I wasn't feeling it when I heard it come out, but we're gonna see a lot, you know.
We are gonna see a lot. I have talked with Nick. I've talked with Tony. I've talked with Jason. I've talked to Bruno a few times. I think like Nick and Jason are probably my two favorites right now, because I talk to them more than anyone else, especially like Nick. We literally, like I said, she's actually texting me right now while she's at work. We talk like every day.
That girl knows everybody.
Yeah, but she's like so awesome. Like, I love her. Yeah. I think Bruno is a person. I think he's trying to be the heartthrob of, you know, Real World and the challenges.
I disagree with you. I think it's Tony.
Tony doesn't give off that kind of vibe to me. Don't get me wrong, they're both two good-looking guys. Like, I don't mind looking at that. Like, I'm not upset about that. But I think Bruno wants it. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe wants a little bit more. So, I mean,
when it comes to Tony, I don't know if you watched the episode this past season, but when it comes to Tony, he had a phone call from a girl back home. I was like, oh shit, here's Trey again. Trey's a great guy, but oh my god, Trey on his Real World season. I mean, I know you met him before the Real World started, but when you watch his Real World season, you're like, oh my god, I hate this guy, right?
Yeah, I did feel that way about Trey, because like there was like the whole Trey Pineapples thing, and he was like up like Johnny Bananas' ass, and I was just like, oh my god, I hate this kid. But now I love Trey. So I mean, I think
Tony's going to be the next show I watch.
Well, we'll see. Like, I haven't watched this past Tuesday's episode because I was flying home Tuesday, or flying back to Boston. So I'll have to definitely check it out this weekend and see it. But I mean, so far, I really do like the skeletons idea. I like the theme. I wanted to give these kids a benefit of the doubt because I kind of felt like with Explosion, I really didn't. I was like, oh, these fucking kids suck. Like, this is a dumbass format. Who cares about it? And then while their season was airing, I met them, and I'm like, oh, shit, they're, like, really cool. So I'm going to give them a chance, and so far I'm really liking like what they're doing. Just like with Are You the One, I'm going to give them a chance on the challenge, but I don't have much to say about them. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. God damn it, I grew up. Whoever thought that?
Yeah. How long ago was your Real World season? I don't want to make you sound a little bit old here, but how long ago was Real World Cancun?
Real World Cancun, I am old. It was in 2009.
Holy shit.
January 22nd, 2009, I walked into to meet my roommates. It's been that long.
I was 20?
Yeah, oh my, I was 20.
I'm about to be 26 in June. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, I'll be 29 this year, so it's been a long time.
Man. So, as always, Jasmine, I love having you on, and we definitely I'll bring you on either mid-season or end of the season to touch base on this whole challenge thing. So where can people find you on social media?
Social media, nothing's ever changed. You can find me on Twitter at JazzMTV. My Instagram also is JazzMTV. Also, if you're following Beamly, the new app that keeps you updated with all your favorite MTV, VH1, all kinds of TV shows, you can find me at JazzMTV as well.
Always a pleasure, Jasmine. I love talking with you. And like I said, just because you retire doesn't mean you're not retired from coming on here.
I'm never retired from giving my opinion and saying stuff. So, I mean, you'll definitely see me around. You never know. You might see me hosting a few specials in the future. You never know. And like I said, I could be like Michael Jordan and come back at any time. So all the other challengers, watch out. You never know when I'm coming back.
Never say never, right?
Exactly. Never say never.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And I'll hopefully have my first interviews scheduled hopefully Monday or Tuesday. I'll schedule it Monday or Tuesday, and it'll be happening probably sometime later next week. I'm looking forward to this new challenge and balancing the challenge in the real world. It's going to be so freaking hard, balancing both of them at the same time. Yeah.
Well, thanks again, Andy. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, love.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody.